Hello everyone, I am Atika Khayyam Kausal from Shrimati Gigi Sada Higher English School. Today we are going to learn another important topic of Science 1. But before starting that, just look around you and tell me the things which make our life easier. Yes, we use many things in our day-to-day life which make our life easy. Means by using them we can save our time and energy. What are they? They are fan, washing machine, mixer, grinder, oven, etc. And what we need to run that instrument? Yes, we need current electricity to run that appliances. You guessed right. Today we are going to study third chapter of your syllabus, that is current electricity. Current electricity is not only used at domestic level, but in an industry, heavy machine also required electricity to perform their function. Not only the human beings, but some animals also use the electricity to catch their prey and sometimes to defend themselves. Then what is mean by electricity? Electricity has a two type, static electricity and current electricity. First is static electricity. Static means at rest or stationary, and electricity are come from the word electro, means charges. When we study about the charges at rest, it is called as electricity. In a previous class, we learned many things about the static electricity. Electricity word usually is a Greek word refer for the electro means the amber. Amber is a kind of rod. When the amber rub on a wool or silk cloth, the charge transfer to the amber and that amber rod is able to attract the opposite charge or repel the opposite charge. Hence, the word is coming from that is called as electricity. The other example of static electricity is if I rub that balloon on a woolen surface, the charges on the cloth is transferred to the surface of the balloon, and if I cap that surface near my head, my hair is attracted by the charges on the surface of the balloon. Here the charge does not transfer from the surface of balloon to my hair, but they are attracting each other, and that attraction is called as electrostatic force. That force of attraction between the two charges is called as electrostatic force. And in other hand, we have current electricity. Current is usually means flow or motion. When we study about the charges which are flowing or which are in motion, then it is called as current electricity. And today we are going to learn about the motion of charges or flow of charges, which is called as electricity. We refer many times the word charge. Then what is mean by charge? Charges has two types, positive charge and negative charge. Like the pole of magnetic, two positive charge or two negative charge means two same charge or like charges are repulse each other, and two unlike charge means different charge are attracts each other, means plus minus, minus plus attracts each other, plus plus or minus minus repulse each other. But who carry these charges? On which that charge is carried out? The charges is carried by the subatomic particles in an atom which have incredibly very less mass. But you know that atoms is electrically neutral. Then how can it possible that charge flow through the atom? To understand that, let's take a simple structure of atom. The positive charge is carried by proton and negative charge is carried by electron. We know that the atom is consists of positively charged nucleus and electron revolving in a different shell of the atom having a negative charge. In nucleus there is a positively charged proton and electrically neutral neutron. That electron which is present in outermost shell of the atom is weakly bound to the nucleus, means the force of attraction between this electron and the positively charged nucleus is very weak. Hence, that electron can easily remove or escape from the atom and behave like a free electrons. But we know that if the electron removed from the atom converts in the positive ion. But the substance doesn't carry any charges. Why this happen? Because the material or substance does not made up by a single atom. There are trillions and billions of atoms present in that. One free electrons is jumps to the another atom, and the electron present in this outermost shell jumps to the another atom, and this jumps to the another atom. Hence, the electrons are freely move or jumps from atom to atom in the material and behave like they are free electron. And why the force of attraction between these outermost electrons, which is also called as valence electrons, and the nucleus is less? Because that electron is far away from the other electrons present inside the inside shell of the atom. Now, if the material consists of free electrons, then why the current is passed through the some material and why it doesn't pass through the another material? The substance which have free electrons or in which the current pass easily is called as conductor, and the material in which the current do not pass, it is called as insulator. Like we use a metallic wire, usually copper, iron or aluminium wire in our home to transfer the electricity from one point to another point or from one appliances to the another appliances. And that metallic wire is covered by the rubber and plastic. Why? Because the metals have a large number of free electrons and current do pass through the metal, but the rubber and plastic does not contain the free electrons and they are unable to transfer the electricity or charges in that does not flow, and they are called as insulator. If I said that the current pass through the conductor easily, especially the metallic conductor, then why if I hold the piece of metal wire in my hand, we do not feel any electricity, or simply the piece of iron is resting on my table does not contain or transfer the electricity? Why this happen? Because to transfer the electricity or to make the electron flow in a certain direction, we have to apply some external potential. Now we know that the conductor has a free electrons, means every atom of metallic conductor has one or more electron in outermost shell which are weakly bound to the nucleus, and these electrons are called free electrons. But if I take a piece of metal wire, we didn't feel any electricity flowing through it. Why this happen? Because in this piece of metal wire or in the piece of conductor, no matter it is made of iron or copper, the electrons having the negative charge are moved freely in a random direction. Means the direction of the electron in that metal piece is not same. Some electrons move toward this direction while other is moving in different direction. The electrons moves are in a different possible direction, hence they are cancel the direction of each other and the net flow of that electron is zero. The velocity of the electron does not zero, the average velocity of the electron is less, but due to their different direction they are cancel out each other flow, and we do not feel the motion of the electron in one particular direction. If the electrons are moved in one particular direction, then it is called as the flow of current. Then what we should do to make the electron flow in a one direction? To make that free electrons flow in a one direction, we apply some external effort, and that external effort here is called as electric potential. and that electric potential difference is supplied by external cell batteries or at large scale by transformer. Then the question is rises, what is mean by electric potential? To make that charge flow in a one direction, I apply simple dry cell or the battery to that piece of metallic wires, and as the electrons have negative charge, they are start to flow from the positive charge. The charge which have the positive charge is have the higher potential and the negative charge has the lower potential. Hence its electron are start to flow from higher potential to lower potential. But what is mean by potential? To understand the potential, let perform a simple activity. To understand the potential difference, let take a two different bottle containing the water. Here I just used a color water to make the water level more visible. When I kept the two bottles at different height and remove the clamp, the water start to flow from it. You can observe the water start to flow from higher level to the lower level, means from the top to the bottom. Similarly, the waterfall in a waterfall, the water start to flow from top to bottom. What happen if I kept these two bottles at the same level? If I kept these two bottles at the same level, after reaching the same level in a bottle, the water stop to the flow, means the level of the water in these two bottles now the same, means if I have to make that water flow, I have to create the difference in height. So the water can flow from higher level to the lower level. Same thing happen when the wind is flow or air is flow. Air is flow from higher pressure region to the lower pressure region, and the heat energy is flow from higher temperature to the lower temperature, means if I start heating at one end of the rod, the heat is automatically transferred to the second end or other end after the some time. Means the heat is flow from higher temperature to lower temperature, air flow from higher pressure to the lower pressure, and the water is flow from higher height to the lower height. Means to make the things flow, we need to create a certain difference. To make electrons flow, we have to create the potential difference. The potential is some kind of level to the charges, and the positive charge is flow from higher potential to the lower potential, and negative charge means electrons flow from lower potential to the higher potential. Then what is mean by potential? To understand the potential, suppose the charge plus q, unit positive charge plus q is placed at the distance infinity. Why I take distance at infinity? Because infinity is a maximum possible distance. If I tell you the charge is placed at 1 centimeter, someone ask me, ma'am, what happen if the charge is placed at 2 centimeter, and someone ask me, what happen, ma'am, if the charge is placed at 0.5 centimeter or 0.8 centimeter. Hence we take maximum possible distance, that is infinity. If the plus q charge is at the distance infinity and I have to bring that charge to a certain point, let the point is A, from infinity to that point, what we should do? We perform some kind of work to move that charge from infinity to given point. And to perform work we required some energy, because the capacity to do a work is called as energy. And the potential word, you learn the word potential or you hear the word potential somewhere? Yes, in the last chapter we study about the potential energy. Energy is stored in a body or energy due to the specific position of body is called as potential energy. Here I supply some kind of energy to make that charge to move from infinity to that point, and that energy is stored in that charge is called as electric potential. Hence the definition of electric potential is to the amount of work done or to perform or to carry the unit positive charge from infinity to the given point, that work done on that charge is called as potential or electric potential. The simple definition is the amount of work done to carry unit positive charge from infinity to given point is called electric potential at that point. The amount of work done to carry unit positive charge from infinity to given point is called as electric potential at that point. What happens if I move that charge from point A to point B? Again I have to perform some kind of work. Again the energy is stored at that point B. Hence the work done to carry unit positive charge from point A is called as the potential. Potential is denoted by V at point A, and we move that charge from point A to point B, and again some kind of work is done to carry that unit positive charge to point B, and the potential at that point is B, and the difference between these two potential is called as potential difference, and to make the charge flow we have to create the potential difference, and that potential difference is created by applying some external cell or battery. Then what is the definition of potential difference? The amount of work done to carry unit positive charge from one point, suppose that point is A, to the other point, suppose that point is B, is called the potential difference between that point. Here the formula for electric potential or potential difference is work done upon charge. The potential is denoted by V and potential difference is denoted by PD. Then potential difference is V of A minus V of B, and the formula for is work done upon charge. Work done is denoted by capital W and charge is denoted by Q. Now what is the SI unit of potential difference or electric potential? We know that the work is measured in a joule and the charge is measured in a coulomb and denoted by capital C. Therefore, the SI unit of electric potential is joule per coulomb, or if 1 joule work is done to carry 1 coulomb charge from infinity to given point, then the potential is 1 volt. And what is volt? The first scientist who constructed the dry cell is a volt, and the unit is given on the honor of that scientist. That is, if 1 joule work is done to carry 1 coulomb charge from infinity to the given point, then the potential at that point is 1 volt. And to make the charge flow, we need to create a potential difference, and always remember that the electrons flow from lower potential to the higher potential. Now when we connect the two terminal of a battery or cell to the two end of the conductor, the electrons start to move. The higher potential means the electrons start to move to the positive terminal. Now the direction of the flow of the electrons are same. They are moving in the same direction or particular direction, because the terminal which is connected to which have the negative charge having the low potential, and the terminal which having the positive charge or positively connected is having the high potential, and electron always flow to the positive terminal. But the conventional sign of current is take opposite, means if the electrons are moving from the positive terminal, means low potential to the high potential, the electric current in a circuit which is denoted by capital I is flow from positive to negative terminal, and that is the sign of conventional current, which is opposite to the flow of direction of flow of electron in the circuit. Now you understand the free electrons. you understand the potential difference and you know the substance or material in which the current flow easily is called as conductor, then we take a basic definition of electric current. Now the electric current can be defined as the rate of flow of charges. The rate word indicate that the term is denoted by the time, means the rate of change of velocity means the change in velocity is denoted by time. Hence the charges flow in the conductor is denoted by the time in which they flow. Or you can write the definition of electric current as the electric current is the flow of charges passing through a conductor in unit time. Means the electric current is defined as the amount of flow of charges per unit time. Here the formula for electric current is equals to the total charge flowing through the conductor upon time in which they flow. The electric current is denoted by the capital I. Let the total or net charge on the conductor flowing through the conductor is capital Q, then and time taken to flow that charges is T, therefore I is equals to Q upon T. Now what is the SI unit of electric current? As we know, the charges are measured in coulomb and the time is measured in second, then the electric current is measured in charge measured in coulomb and time measured in second, then coulomb per second is the SI unit of electric current. If 1 coulomb charge pass through in a 1 second, then it is called as 1 ampere current flowing through the conductor. What is 1 ampere? The another SI unit of electric current is ampere, which is denoted by capital A. Means 1 ampere is equals to, if 1 coulomb charge is flow through a conductor in 1 second, then the amount of current is flowing is 1 ampere. Remember that whenever we write the name of scientist, we start with the small letter. Therefore 1 ampere is equals to 1 coulomb upon 1 second, or 1 coulomb charge flowing through the conductor in 1 second. But the electric current are used at very large scale to very small scale. Even if our mind create the electric current to send the signals to our body part to make a senses or sense organ send the electric current to our brain for reaction, and that electric current is very small. Hence the small unit of electric current is milliampere and micro. This is not U, this is the symbol for microampere. Microampere. 1 milliampere is equals to 10 to the power minus 3 ampere, and 1 microampere is equals to 10 to the power minus 6 ampere. This is the small unit of electric current. I hope you found this video useful and helpful. Thank you for watching.